Senator Flake, for many decades, the Armenian Genocide has been denied by the descendants of those who perpetrated it. In 2019, the Senate recognized the Armenian Genocide for the first time. In April of this year, on Armenian Remembrance Day, President Biden joined us in acknowledging this truth. In the past, you voted against resolutions which recognize the genocide. Will you join this body and the administration in reaffirming the Armenian Genocide?
Yes.
Thank you. If you are confirmed, will you reiterate that commitment on April 24th, which is Armenian Genocide Remembrance Day?
I will.
Thank you. We've talked here, your own testimony, S-400. I must say, I listened to your statement, and it certainly is more positive than I would have posited as it relates to Turkey. I guess that's the role of a potential ambassador. I certainly, when we talk about arms sales again, as the committee has jurisdiction over arms sales, I see no arms sales going to Turkey unless there is a dramatic change around on the S-400 and moving forward. His latest calls, Erdogan's latest calls for supposedly purchasing more, is certainly not an invitation to find a pathway to arms sales from the United States. So I just put that out there as something that is truly concerning to me. I wish it was different. I wish he changed course. Senator Risch spent a lot of time with President Erdogan in the previous administration trying to convince him of a different pathway and was largely rebuffed. And so I think, we've given off-ramps to Turkey. Unfortunately, they have chosen not to take it. So that is a concern as well. If President Erdogan makes additional significant purchases from the Russian defense sector, I assume you will strongly support the imposition of additional CAATSA sanctions?
I will. As I mentioned in the statement, they need to know that any purchase of additional Russian weapons will result in additional CAATSA sanctions. And these CAATSA sanctions will not be lifted until they have disposed of the current system they have.
Thank you. More than 35,000 Turkish troops remain in northern Cyprus, now almost 5 days after Turkey first invaded in 1974. Most lately, President Erdogan now pushes for a two-state solution, something that is not recognized by the United Nations, something that is not recognized by our government, and flagrantly violates UN Security Council resolutions on the occupied section called Varosha. Will you commit to speak out publicly and privately in the event that Turkey continues to violate Cyprus's exclusive economic zone?
I will. And I was pleased to see after the December visit by Erdogan to Cyprus that the United States government spoke out, as did the UN, that any of the action that was contemplated with Varosha, for example, would violate Security Council resolutions 550 and 789.
Thank you, and I look forward to you said it in your opening statement, so I won't explore it more with you other than to say that there are more lawyers and journalists in Turkish jails today than in any other part of the world. That's saying something, considering some parts of the world that are pretty authoritarian. So the question of human rights is something we would expect you to also engage vigorously upon your confirmation. Let me turn to Ambassador Gittenstein.